Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Renee for those of you that are new here. If you're new here, definitely subscribe because my goal, and I've been pretty good about this, is that I'm uploading Monday through Friday, one video every single day, so you don't want to miss it. Today's video is going to be about something I've been thinking about lately, which is basically all of those moments that we're believing in other people's potential more than our own, and how that shows up in everyday life. It's just been really fascinating to me, so that's what we're talking about today. But before we get into today's video, just want to again make another announcement that February 1st I'm launching my course Empress of Esteem, which is basically a step-by-step guide to raising your self-esteem. And this topic is really important to me, especially at when it comes to women and raising the self-esteem of women specifically, even though I think everybody can learn from this, but I am specifically really passionate about sharing the things that I've learned about self-esteem with women, because I've seen kind of the shadow side of what it looks like when you have a low self-esteem, and it can get really dark. And there are just some things that I feel more comfortable talking about in a set place that has a purpose, and not just online as a free-for-all. So I'm going to be sharing a lot more about my own personal experiences, about things that I've learned about how to raise your self-esteem in this program. So if you want to learn more information, you should check out the link in my description. And if you want to work with me one-on-one for private coaching and mentality coaching, kind of accountability practices, then look on my Calendly and book yourself a time slot. But yeah, so today's video is about believing in other people's potential more than your own. How does this show up? Okay, well, I heard this thing the other day about how sometimes, especially, I like using dating as an example because it's pretty relevant to everybody. It's a universal experience, dating. So I feel like it shows up sometimes in, I'll speak on behalf of the female perspective, right? Sometimes we'll believe in a guy's potential so much that we actually start treating him like he's already fulfilled it, if that makes sense. So perfect example, right? We meet someone, he's cute, he's got it going on, and we start envisioning him as our future partner, and all of the things that we could do one day that aren't happening right now, mind you. They're not grounded in reality at all. They're not happening at this moment, but it could possibly happen one day. And that really gets us going, and we start treating them as if they've already done those things. But in reality, maybe you haven't even gone on a date yet. Maybe you're just texting the guy and you say hi every once in a while. Does that make sense? No, we're treating them as if they've already kind of fulfilled the potential that we see them possibly having in the future, but that they don't necessarily have right now. So in that moment, we're believing in that guy's potential more than the person that he really is, and that's not to say that maybe one day he can't meet that, or that he won't become that person, because that can always happen. There's always possibility for everything. But I've just seen this happen time and time again, and even I've done this myself. So it's just really interesting. And the reason that I say that I caught this kind of trap of believing in other people's potential more than our own is because, instead of using that energy to really make ourselves better and upgrade the quality of our life and the quality of our being, we're using that energy to project onto someone else the things that they could be, instead of using that to project onto ourselves the things that we could be, if that makes sense. So it might not play out in dating, but it might play out in other areas of your life. So for example, I actually have another video about this on my TikTok about jealousy and what those feelings really mean and how to overcome it and work through it. So I might have uploaded it on my channel, I don't remember, but I've definitely talked about this before. And jealousy and other insecure feelings, they all kind of vibrate at the same level. They're lower consciousness. And when you're feeling jealous, when you're feeling insecure, you're believing in someone else's potential more than your own. And what I mean by that is, like, say you're jealous of um, a girl's like relationship, or you're jealous of like her lifestyle, and she's like, she has something that you want, like maybe she gets to take like those luxurious vacations that you've always wanted to take, right? Perfect example, Instagram. um, when you're jealous of that, and when that makes you feel insecure, like if that's triggering you and making you feel any kind of way, what you're basically saying without saying, and what you're believing in that moment, is that you cannot have those things that she has, or you don't have, like, she has something that you don't, and that's why she gets to have those things. Because if you didn't believe that, then you wouldn't be feeling bad about yourself. You wouldn't feel anything in response to what she has. You wouldn't be feeling jealous. You wouldn't be feeling insecure. But the fact that you are, that's signaling to yourself that she has something that you don't, So you're believing in her potential, and the things that she could have, and you're making all kinds of assumptions about this person and comparing them to yourself, because you believe in their potential more than you believe in your own. And you don't think that you can have those things for whatever reason. Even if you're not like fully conscious of that, that's kind of what you're saying to yourself. And you're believing in that person's potential and in that person's ability to like manifest the things that they want more than you are believing in yourself in that moment. So if you ever feel jealous, if somebody ever makes you feel insecure, nobody can make you feel anything. Like, those are feelings that you already have inside of you that someone is just bringing out. Then you might be like, for whatever reason, believing in their potential more than your own. And you basically just have to like take that energy and put it back into yourself and ask yourself why can't you have those same things that she has? Why? Like, what is the reason? Because there's a lot of times these negative feelings, when they come up, there's no logic to them, right? Like, they're just there for whatever reason, like for our own personal reasons, for whatever we've gone through in the past. Like, it could be because of so many things. But the challenge here, and like the inner work that we really have to do, is asking ourselves, why don't we believe that we can have those things? Why don't we believe that we could have that relationship, we could have that lifestyle, we could take that vacation, we can get that figure, we can make that much money? Like, why don't we believe in our own potential to achieve those things? It's because we're believing in another person's potential more than we're believing in our own. And, it's a trap. And, we have to find ways to like believe in ourselves and in our ability to create the things that we want, and to, achieve the things that we want, and get the things that we want, and create the life that we want for ourselves, is basically like what it comes down to, right? So I just find this really, really interesting, especially because when I heard someone talking about how we treat men as if they've already done the thing that we want them to do, and I don't know why that really like struck a chord with me, because I just feel like I've done that so many times, and I've definitely like believed in someone's potential, and I've treated them as such, and I've had all of these kinds of like mental fantasies over them, over things that literally aren't even happening. Like, they're fantasies, like it's not real life, but in my mind I've created this kind of like movie about them, and have all these kinds of like desires for like how it can play out. But the reality is that that is not what's happening right now, and that's just their potential that I'm putting all of my energy and focus on, when I could be using that to create the life, to use it for myself. Like, we invest so much time and energy into other people's potential, I guess is what I'm saying, rather than our own. Why do we do that? Why do we do that? Who knows? Sometimes you don't have to know why, and you just have to recognize the behavior and stop it, and then change it going forward. Like, we don't always have to get mixed into this like over fixation on why something is happening. Just like realize that it's happening, and move forward. Like, that's a better use of your time. So Yeah, let's like believe in our own potential too, and not only in that of other people. And by doing this, we will eliminate or reduce feelings of insecurity and jealousy and all of these low vibe things that we don't want to feel, basically. So I hope you guys, this was kind of a harder thing for me to try to explain, but I hope you guys get what I'm trying to say. And yeah, Empress of Esteem now enrolling February 1st. If you want to learn my step-by-step process of how to raise your self-esteem, then definitely enroll. And I just have so much to say about this topic. And I want to give that information to the people that really, really need it. So definitely enroll if this is something that's intriguing to you. As somebody who's been on like the other end of having a very low self-esteem, you know, who has been in like literally like dangerous situations, and you know, I truly believe that I changed my life for the better. And it's just really interesting how at the core of all of this is basically self-image and self-esteem. And I didn't have somebody teach me these things. These are things that I had to learn, like the hard way, basically. So I just feel like these lessons are really invaluable, and it fulfills like a different role from like therapy, life coaching, and mentality coaching fulfills a different role from therapy, because it's kind of like mentality shifts, and it's more than motivational. It's like a change in the way that you're looking at the world, which is invaluable. So yeah, Empress of Esteem is enrolling now. Thank you guys for 900 subscribers. I really appreciate it, and definitely subscribe if you want to see more. Bye.